It's true, the sea embraces the ocean. The time stands to its testimony where millions of years ago life was evolved. The nature and its favorable conditions helped the life to flourish on earth. Die, what are we giving to the ocean and to the flourishing wealth in its lap? A death cause of plastic? The whole world is fearing of climate change and global warming. And plastic stands one of the reasons for this happening. In simpler words, we say plastic is a monster of this era. In various shapes and compositions, plastic has engulfed the nature from all directions. But what is plastic? Let this be known to us. Approximately more than 100 years ago, plastic was invented as a material which would not break, not dissolve, but lives only a long life. This plastic has become an integral part of our life and what we say, our lifestyle. The speeding technology has gifted us with another form of plastic, the single-use plastic. We call it disposable, but have we seen it getting degraded or disappearing? Then what kind of disposable plastic it is? Today, this single-use plastic has entered our ecosystem fully and even our food chain is infested with the microplastic particles. Today, the whole world is getting conscious of grave effects of single-use plastic. Marches, public awareness, street plays are being held all over to draw attention. Our Honorable Prime Minister has also appealed to make it a movement and make India free of single-use plastic by 2022. KauseKonnect has also done its bit in this direction.
Let's pledge. We shall disuse the plastic containing.
Once the plastic became a boon to us, is now turned into a bane. In the race of this boon to bane, there is another plastic added to our lifestyle, and that is plastic containing sanitary napkin. Today's technology has given us a more user-friendly and sophisticated sanitary napkin, but it has also caused enormous implications that it can choke any drainage and sewer in day-to-day life. Do we know what could be the lifetime of a sanitary napkin? Could be 500 to 600 years, and the very modern and innovatively made sanitary napkin could stay there for more than 1,000 years. This almost immortal sanitary napkin gets its passage from local drainage to sea, enters the ocean, becomes a part of the 8 billion tons of plastic waste being dumped into the ocean every year. We all know that half of the human community is women, and almost every woman in her lifespan passes through her reproductive phase of about 25 to 30 years. An approximate data speaks that in India, as many as 330 million women undergo menstruation, and out of this proportion, around 120 million women use disposable napkins. So, in this proportion, almost 13 billion sanitary napkins are being disposed and littered in the nature. Indeed, it's a grave issue. KauseKonnect, under its initiative, Let's Change, Changing Mindsets, floated a campaign, I'm Mindful, to arouse sensitivity and spread awareness and thus to bring a change. The golden words of Mahatma Gandhi do inspire us to be the change we want to see. Today, it's time to change our mindsets and switch to eco-friendly menstrual hygiene options. KauseKonnect took the campaign amongst women of varied profiles, professions and mindsets. Manav Seva, Parmo Dharma, to serve the humanity is the biggest religion. We sensitized the group of young paramedic professionals for the campaign Let's Change, Be Mindful. It was a very successful campaign with them. We emphasized that you, the young professionals working for the cause of humanity, can relay the message very effectively. In the journey ahead to take the campaign forward, I'm Mindful, we joined with the group of women travelers fond of nature walk. It's time to be aware about the rivers, the mountains and the forest which are already facing ecological crisis, and think of the disposal of plastic containing sanitary napkin. Oh, it's really deadly. They got sensitized and pledged to switch over to eco-friendly hygiene options. We all know the working women are very liberal in their thoughts and have the potential to reach up to the stars. The group of these young professionals praised the alternative and pledged to switch over to eco-friendly sanitary napkins. The Indian culture has sustained alive the Guru Shishya Parampara, and we know that any message can be well relayed through art and culture. With this thought in mind, we shared the campaign Let's Change and I'm Mindful with the group of classical dancers. Our Dangal girls, the young women wrestlers, the champions in making. KauseKonnect took a session on menstrual health and hygiene and sensitized them to bring and be the change, since you are the face of your nation at international platforms. It's very obvious that lawyers have different perspective to look into any issue. KauseKonnect thought to connect with the advocates and to know their impressions on the campaign Let's Change and Be Mindful. We got a fillip when they welcomed our mission and shown their solidarity and pledged to switch to new options. It is time-tested that youngsters are the change makers. We had a session on menstrual health and hygiene with the young freshers at their university. They took the campaign Let's Change and Be Mindful with positivity and understood to use eco-friendly sanitary napkin as the best and the smart option. We hailed them to be the role models who can bring the change. In the series, we connected with the homemakers, simple and sober women folk, ready to accept any new thought. As the saying goes, when we educate a woman, we educate the society. But here, we would say, if we sensitize a woman, we are saving the whole civilization. Had an interactive session with a promise that they would accept the alternative and switch over to eco-friendly sanitary napkins. KauseKonnect had an exemplary initiative with the community of hearing impaired women. The campaign Let's Change and Be Mindful was a real success. With the help of sign language, these women got sensitized about the ill effects of plastic containing sanitary napkins on our environment. They showed their interest in eco-friendly sanitary napkins and came all the way to procure these from Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana Kendras, a Government of India enterprise. We hail their spirit and call them as the role models for we, the able-bodied women. Another group of hearing impaired teens and adolescent girls were also being sensitized for good sanitation practices through sign language. To commemorate World Ocean Day, KauseKonnect initiated the campaign Let's Change and Be Mindful. It's an initiative to preserve the vastness and treasure of our oceans. Let's not destroy our ocean, our nature, our own life. Let's take this caravan forward and seek a change in you and in me.